It is 17th day of April 2025. Welcome to the Lord Aboga TV newspaper review. Straight away we go to the Standard, whereby the headline is unfit but approved. There we see a picture of Godfrey Ruku, former member of parliament, somewhere in Embu County. Then we see a picture of Hannah Wendot Cheptumo. Now, these are just but political appointments which came from President William Samoei Ruto, because Godfrey Ruku came from the same area where former Public Service Cabinet Secretary JB Muturi comes from. And remember, Godfrey Ruku was elected into as a member of parliament from JB Muturi's political party. Then Hannah Wendot is the widow to the former Baringo Senator Bwana Cheptumo, who's deceased. I think those were just but political appointments, because if CSJB Muturi had been strictly aligned unto President William Samoei Ruto's yes sir directive, he wouldn't have been fired. And you see, President William Samoei Ruto tried to play their politics, because he fired JB Muturi from Embu and replaced JB Muturi with someone from Embu. To me, I think again, Godfrey Ruku is not that competent enough to sit in cabinet, because we've seen his initial and previous engagement on Day Breakfast. We've seen his engagements and on different TV stations. It's very unfortunate that someone like Godfrey Ruku can be rewarded unto the position of a cabinet secretary. This is a very person who was to table a bill in parliament that to make and criminalize demonstrations. This was so sad. Again, Hannah Cheptumo is widow to late Baringo Senator, that is Bwana Cheptumo. That is, I think President William Samoei Ruto decided to award her just as kumpigia pole kwa sababu mzee alituacha. Rais William Samoei Ruto yeye naye akampigia pole na kumpatia kuwa waziri katika baraza lake.
And I only understand from both Mr. Honorable McLeod and my own leader, Minority Whip, that we have to pass this thing on sympathy, because she's a widow and that she has recently suffered and so on. But we must accept, honorable members, that in future we should not come to the House and say that we appoint ministers on sympathy.
Different leaders weighed in their different opinion. Most of them, they didn't agree with the appointment and vetting from the report from the vetting committee approving their nomination. I think we have to go through what different members of parliament had to say unto their appointments. As you can see, Junet Mohammed said that he thinks and he feels like Cabinet Secretary for Gender should be a man.
Mr. Speaker, I wanted to say this. You remember, Mr. Speaker, we had vetted another nominee earlier, who the House rejected. This is the second nominee that we have vetted 1 week ago. If you ask me, the Minister for Gender, Majority Leader, should be made a man, because gender cuts across. And I think a man will have served the interests of women better than women themselves. He will have made sure that gender parity is mainstreamed in this country.
Otiende Amolo had to say, Article 152 is clear that a cabinet secretary shall not be a member of parliament. Ruku should not have come to the House. His presence today raises questions about separation of powers between parliament and executive. That is Otiende Amolo. You see, Ruku, he was vetted to be a cabinet secretary. Then when his name was being tabled to be discussed in parliament, he was seated there as a member of parliament. That is wrong. That is what Otiende Amolo is trying to say. Then the very nominee for gender cabinet secretary position, that is Hannah Cheptumo, said if girls had economic power, they would not depend on either gender. If a woman is educated, chances are she will avoid some of these challenges. That is cabinet nominee Hannah Cheptumo.
If girls were able to have economic power, they will not depend on the either gender. Sometimes you find them in places where they are exposed because they are trying to get alternative source of income. We also have challenges to do with, I've said education. Education, yes. If a woman is educated, chances are that they will avoid some of these challenges which are there in the society. So,
again, Madam Millie Odhiambo weighed in her remarks on the nominees, saying,
Mr. Speaker, I want to speak to the issue of Honorable Anna, that everybody has spoken to, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, I sat actually in the vetting. And one of the things that was very clear is that she's a very good lawyer, from what was even appearing in her CV. Mr. Speaker, she is very confident as a person. Mr. Speaker, from actually her history, you can see she's a person who seeks to improve herself. She studied law at a very late time in life. And so, Mr. Speaker, you can see she's a very committed person. And Mr. Speaker, you can see she's also very confident and she's given to learning. Mr. Speaker, I want to just speak to the issue that everybody has spoken to, which is the issue of what she said. And Mr. Speaker, it is very unfortunate because her statement seemed to imply that she was victim blaming. And I am very happy and I want to state to the House that I've actually seen in her Twitter handle that she has actually apologized. Because the members are asking her to apologize, she has actually apologized and I confirm that she has apologized. And Mr. Speaker, I just want to say that beyond her apology, we are dealing with a bigger issue. And Mr. Speaker, the bigger issue that for me is that she's also a victim of societal socialization.
It is unfortunate that instead of appointing professionals to lead these cabinet secretaries, we just appoint quacks to head the different ministries as cabinet secretaries. Sad state of affairs there. And you know, that is President William Samoei Ruto's mandate. And as you have seen before and now, the parliament is just rubber stamping what the executive is coming up with. Coming to the Daily Nation, we see main headline is that Afya House chiefs doctored organ trafficking dossier. As you've seen before, we've had a dossier that people have been selling their internal organs, especially kidneys. And this has been a serious trend and a worrying trend that has brought many people into dire consequences and has brought serious health concerns and serious health problems. And too, as the dossier was released, Medihill Hospital in Eldoret, I'm told it was closed down. It was being run. The owner was former member of parliament, that is Mishra. Has been seriously mentioned on this issue. It is very sad state of affairs that someone can go, because you cannot tell me such a crucial information whereby people have been exchanging their kidneys with money so that they can buy motorbikes. And the National Intelligence Service is not aware of this. This is very sad. I think you can listen into part of the documentary what it unearthed.
Village in Western Kenya. He sold his kidney to start a new, better life. But the promises turned out to be false. Like many young Kenyans, he struggled to find steady income, moving from one job to the next. Until one day, a friend told him about a quick and easy way to earn a lot of money. Amon was promised $6,000 for his kidney. A lot of money in a country where the average monthly income is only around $500. A middleman took him to Medihill Hospital in Eldoret, where he was received by a team of Indian doctors, Amon says. But he was still worried about potential health risks.
They did not explain anything to me. The one who had taken me pointed at people around us. Then he said I would still be okay, and there was no problem.
Amon had just turned 22. He had the surgery, and after only a few days of recovery, he says, they paid him less than agreed, $4,000 instead of $6,000, and sent him home. He used the money to buy a phone and a car that soon broke down. Shortly after, he started to feel miserable. He wasn't eating, felt dizzy, and had pains in his lower abdomen.
He fainted, so I decided to rush him to hospital.
There, doctors told her Amon was missing one of his kidneys. She was shocked to learn he had sold it.
They are making money. They are making money through young children like Amon. Like me, they didn't console me. I found only the child when he fainted. That is where I found that he does not have one kidney.
She reported the incident to the police. We will later meet the investigator working on organ trafficking cases in Eldoret. In the town of Oyugis, a 180-kilometer drive away, Willis Okumu has been trying to find out what's behind the rumors of young men selling their kidneys.
These guys are preying on vulnerabilities of young people from a poor country. And most of these young people, again, are also one of the most vulnerable within the society.
Many of those who sold their kidneys, Willis Okumu says, have developed depression and alcoholism because they couldn't fulfill their dreams, or they had to cut back on work because of...
Very sad there that this country is being managed by people who don't have that humanity, because that is so unfortunate. And you cannot tell me that syndicate was happening at the backyard of government officials. They are very much aware of it. Most of these senior government officials are very much aware of it. Very sad and unfortunate. I think that is up for today on the newspaper review. This has been my time. Remember to subscribe on our YouTube channel, Lord Aboga TV, and press the notification button so that when you come up with this important content, you should be among the first people to come across them. Thank you. Goodbye.